Every 22 seconds, an American driver calls roadside assistance because their battery is dead. And here's the thing. The majority of those calls involve batteries under 3 years old. Not 6 years old, not 8. 3. You bought what the packaging told you to buy, followed every instruction, and your car still left you stranded in a January parking lot at 7 in the morning. The big box retailers are not going to put a warning label on the budget shelf. The auto parts chains are not going to volunteer the fact that the brand sitting at eye level has a field failure rate that should embarrass everyone involved in its supply chain. But the mechanics who pull dead batteries out of engine bays every single day, they have a list. A very clear, very specific list of brands they will not touch. And an equally short list of brands they actually reach for when the vehicle in question is their own. Today, MotoMind is handing you both. We are counting through 6 battery brands that mechanics refuse to install, working from bad to genuinely alarming. Then we are making a clean break and counting up 3 brands that working professionals actually trust. The real kicker is this. At least 2 of the brands on that avoid list are names you have seen on store shelves for your entire driving life. And the number 1 mechanic-endorsed pick waiting at the end of this video? It is almost certainly not the one the commercials have been pushing at you for years. Here's what the retailers will never tell you. Stay with us. The 6 brands mechanics never install. Bad brand 1. SuperTech. Let us start at the very bottom of the barrel. SuperTech is Walmart's house brand battery, and it is exactly what you would expect from a retail strategy built entirely around the word cheaper. SuperTech batteries are manufactured to a price point, not a performance standard. The plates inside are thin. The reserve capacity, the measurement of how long the battery can sustain your vehicle's electronics when the alternator is not contributing, consistently falls below its rated figure in real-world conditions. Mechanics report seeing SuperTech batteries returned within 18 months at rates that are genuinely difficult to defend. And get this. When temperatures drop below 20 degrees Fahrenheit, the cold cranking amp rating that SuperTech advertises prominently does not hold up under actual load testing. Bottom line, this is a marketing wrapper around a failure waiting to happen. Translation, you are paying for a battery-shaped object, nothing more. Bad brand 2, Everstart Max. Everstart Max sits one step above SuperTech on the Walmart shelf, which is a very low bar to clear. This brand is a private label, meaning Walmart contracts manufacturing to whichever bidder wins the current production cycle. The battery you bought in 2022 may have been built by an entirely different factory than the unit sitting on the shelf today, with different internal specs and different plate alloy composition. That inconsistency is a quality control catastrophe. Mechanics flag Everstart batteries for premature plate sulfation, a condition where lead plates degrade and lose their ability to hold a charge, often appearing before the 2-year mark. The standard warranty window on most units is 18 months. The real kicker is that 18 months is almost exactly when these batteries begin to visibly decline. That timing is not accidental. It is engineered into the economics of the product. Bad brand 3. Excite. Excite Technologies was once a legitimate force in the battery industry. Then came the Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing in 2020, the second in less than a decade for this company. And here is the thing. Corporate financial collapse does not stay in the boardroom. It reaches the factory floor. Quality control at Excite facilities became severely inconsistent long before the bankruptcy was officially declared. Mechanics report seeing Excite batteries fail due to electrolyte stratification, a condition where battery acid separates unevenly inside the casing, accelerating internal corrosion and cutting service life dramatically. Cold cranking amp figures on Excite labels are optimistic at best and misleading at worst, particularly in northern climates. But here is where it gets truly interesting. Are you seeing these kinds of patterns with budget batteries in your own area? Drop the brand name in the comments. We want to hear what real mechanics and real drivers are experiencing on the ground right now. Bad brand 4. Duralast. Duralast is AutoZone's house brand, and it benefits enormously from AutoZone's massive retail footprint. Walk into any AutoZone in the country and Duralast is sitting at eye level, priced attractively, wearing a confident-looking label. Here's the thing. Duralast is a private label sourced from multiple manufacturers depending on the BCI group size and the production run. A Duralast Group 35 and a Duralast Group 48 may have rolled off entirely different production lines with different plate construction standards. Mechanics specifically call out the Duralast Basic tier, not the Platinum AGM line, which is a different product, for inconsistent performance in high electrical demand modern vehicles. If your car runs start-stop technology or carries a full suite of driver assistance electronics, drawing constant current, the basic Duralast is simply not engineered to sustain that demand. Translation: the shelf presence is confident, the engineering underneath is not backing it up. Bad Brand 5. Die-Hard Silver. Die-Hard is one of the most recognized battery names in American automotive history. Sears built a genuine reputation around it. But Die-Hard has changed hands more times than a used car at a Tote the Note lot. And today, it is owned by Advance Auto Parts and manufactured under contract. The silver and basic gold tiers are not the batteries that earned the Die-Hard name its status among professionals. The Die-Hard Platinum AGM is a genuinely different product. We will give credit where it is due. But the silver tier, which sits at the most attractive price point on the shelf, uses conventional flooded cell technology with plate construction mechanics described as adequate at best. In ECU-sensitive modern vehicles, where voltage stability directly affects engine management and transmission behavior, adequate is not a neutral word. It is a liability. And get this, if this video is showing you what the industry did not want you to see, hit subscribe and give it a like. We do this every single week, no filter. Bad Brand 6. Bosch S4 and S5. Bosch makes world-class spark plugs. Bosch makes excellent oxygen sensors. The Bosch name in automotive components carries genuine engineering credibility. But the Bosch S4 and S5 flooded battery lines, the non-AGM units sitting in mid-range shelf positions in North America, are a different story entirely. Mechanics consistently report that these batteries do not live up to the Bosch name their packaging implies. Cold cranking amp performance degrades more rapidly than competing mid-range units, and reserve capacity under sustained electrical load falls short of what the label promises. And get this, Bosch's own premium AGM line is genuinely well engineered. The problem is that the S4 and S5 tiers trade on the Bosch brand name while delivering results that belong on a budget shelf. That is the automotive equivalent of buying a parachute at a garage sale because a famous logo is stitched on the side. The three brands mechanics actually trust. Now we make the turn. Forget the avoid list. Here are the three battery brands that mechanics reach for when real reliability is non-negotiable. The ones that have earned their position through performance, not through shelf placement or advertising budget. Trusted Brand 1. AC Delco Professional. AC Delco Professional batteries are the original equipment specification for General Motors vehicles, and that relationship carries far more weight than any marketing campaign ever could. When a manufacturer selects a battery for OEM fitment, meaning this is literally what the vehicle ships with from the factory floor, that battery has cleared engineering validation standards that no retail shelf label can replicate. AC Delco's Professional line uses robust plate alloy construction with enhanced electrolyte management that significantly reduces the risk of premature plate sulfation across the battery's service life. Reserve capacity figures align with real-world performance, not controlled laboratory conditions. Mechanics working on GM platforms specifically report that AC Delco Professional batteries outlast aftermarket alternatives in high electrical demand applications, and the warranty claim process is clean. no manufactured friction, no fine print designed to deny a legitimate claim. Translation: this battery earns its place by performing, not by promising. Trusted brand 2. Optima. Optima is the brand mechanics mention by name without being prompted, and that kind of unsolicited endorsement tells you more than any commercial ever could. The red top and yellow top lines use absorbed glass mat technology, AGM, which means the electrolyte is suspended in a fiberglass mat rather than sitting freely inside the casing. Translation: no electrolyte stratification, no acid spill risk under any orientation, dramatically superior vibration resistance, and a cycle life that leaves conventional flooded batteries well behind. The spiral cell design Optima pioneered delivers a larger active surface area within the same physical footprint, producing more consistent cold cranking amp output, even at temperatures well below zero. Mechanics trust Optima specifically in performance builds, trucks, and any application involving sustained vibration or repeated deep discharge cycles. The real kicker is Optima's deep cycle recovery, its ability to bounce back after being fully drained, which functions in a category entirely separate from anything sitting on a budget shelf. Trusted brand 3. Interstate. Interstate Batteries is the #1 mechanic-endorsed battery brand in the United States, and it has held that position for reasons that have nothing to do with television advertising. Interstate does not primarily move product through big box retailers. Their core distribution channel is the professional installer network, the shops, the dealerships, the fleet managers who purchase in volume and absolutely cannot afford a comeback appointment. That distribution strategy forces the product to perform, because their customers are professionals who will pull the account at the first sign of consistent failure. The cold cranking amp figures are honest and reproducible across production runs. The reserve capacity reflects real-world conditions rather than optimistic benchmarks. Plate construction across the MTP and MTX lines uses calcium-calcium alloy technology that minimizes self-discharge and extends service life well beyond the budget competition. Mechanics regularly report interstate batteries reaching 5 years in daily driver applications in temperate climates, and the warranty claim process is straightforward from first contact to resolution. Bottom line, this is the gold standard of underhood power delivery, endorsed by the one voice that cannot be bought, the mechanic who actually installs it and signs their name to the work order. The battery market is a battlefield between marketing budgets and engineering honesty, and for too many years the marketing budgets have been winning. 6 brands are filling shelves, generating comeback appointments, and quietly frustrating the professionals who deal with the fallout while the retailers count the margin. 3 brands are doing the opposite, earning trust, one installation at a time, in shops where reputation is everything. Here is a final piece of wisdom MotorMind is leaving you with today. Before you buy any battery, verify 2 specific things. First, confirm the BCI group rating against your actual owner's manual, not the shelf tag that says fits your vehicle, but the group number printed in your specification sheet. Second, never purchase a battery backed by a free replacement warranty shorter than 2 years. If the manufacturer will not stand behind the product for 24 months, they are telling you exactly how long they expect it to survive under real-world conditions. The auto parts chains will not put that on the label. The retailers will not volunteer it. But now you know. Hit subscribe if you want the truth about what goes under your hood. Every single week, no filter, no sponsored opinions, and absolutely no compromises.